Morning, guys. Let me start this video by saying that all livestock does not live forever. Okay. Also want to go ahead and put out this fire because folks with a mothering or fathering temperament oftentimes don't understand about farm life and about how things work on the farm. I want you to understand that there's life and there's death on the farm. That's it. And if you can't deal with that, then you shouldn't be here. Okay. Welcome to the live stream this morning. I know for a fact that this hurts because it hurt me. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let dogs go to the bathroom. Sit, 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 sit. Go pee. We're gonna let the dogs out first, and we're gonna go up to the cow pasture. We'll go ahead and plant the seed of getting them moved. So we'll start calling them now. Woo! Woo! They'll start working their way to the place where we're moving them from, to the waterer. So it's kind of with a heavy heart that I'm telling you this. You have to be a little more mature than to place blame on someone or something. This is nature. This is life. This is life and death. It is farming. And I think it's something that a lot of young people have missed out on, and a lot of people that are probably your age that have missed out on it. I grew up on a farm, and life and death is just part of the circle of life here. It's just part of it. We lost a calf yesterday. Number 217. Wow, what was that? Go ahead, Kennel. Kennel. Put the dogs back. Can't let the dogs out around the cows. The cows do not like the dogs at all. So we'll come back and I'll feed those guys here in just a minute. So we lost a calf, and the calf loss was due to overconsumption and bloating. So whether you guys know it or not, and I don't know if you've noticed this year, if you haven't been outside very much, you probably haven't noticed. But anybody who's outside a lot will notice, or in the forest a lot, will notice that there are a lot of acorns this year. Okay, was that the one that was bloated? It says yes, it was. So there are a lot of acorns this year, and therefore a lot of problems. The deer is a bumper crop of deer out here on the farm, but the more serious problem is the cows have access to part of the forest, and the cows have access to this tree up here. And I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. We don't want them up under an oak tree eating, consuming not hickory nuts, consuming acorns for hours and hours and hours. And I think that's what happened. So that's what caused our problem. This calf got up there and basically just stopped eating grass and started eating only acorns. If you tuned into the most recent live stream, number 217, just something wasn't right. You could just tell that something wasn't right with 217. So I kept an eye on 217, and she was back eating. She was doing well. And all of a sudden, she laid down. I'll show you exactly where it happened. I'm going to do a full video on this so that it helps people that are farming, because I didn't even know. My stepdad came up here also to pick up Woolly Bully yesterday, and he had never heard of it. His cows have access to the woods also. So I came out here. I'm going to just go right over to where we were. By the way, guys, grab your coffee. It's cows and coffee time. Cheers. Steve says he lost half a tree in his yard. So anyhow, I wanted to put out the blame game fire because the blame game fire is coming. It always does. Anytime we lose an animal on the farm, there may be a woman or a man or a young person that doesn't understand that farming is life and death all the time. They don't live forever, and they aren't pets, despite whether we like them or not. Could you have probably stalled the calf in Tracar to relieve the bloat. Here's the deal. It all happened so fast. Like literally it happened so fast. So no blame game here, guys. I'm not going to play it. I'll just end the live stream. Okay. So here's exactly what happened. This is a lesson that everyone needs to learn if they're going to be raising farm animals. There's an oak tree up on the hill right there. The cows were in this pasture grazing. Number 217 would not leave the oak tree up here. It just kept eating and eating and eating and over-consuming acorns. Okay, so I had to go up there and walk with 217 and push her down to come through the gate right here and join the rest of the cows in this pasture. I rolled out a bale of hay to them right here yesterday. You can see they ate virtually every bite of it. 217 was out here, was eating, was doing fine from what I could tell. There was no sign of any problem whatsoever. Then I had a friend helping me here on the farm working on the old Massey Ferguson tractor. We'll talk about that in tomorrow's live stream. The calf came right over here in the sun. The rest of the cows were right over here. They were all laying down, basking in the sun. And we looked over there and the calf wasn't breathing anymore. It was just that fast. So let's see here. Mark says, I had 4 mama cows die of bloat by acorns back in '94. Who knows why it happened? It's just one of those things. There's nothing, and Mark, if you've had that happen before, you can be a testament to just how quickly, just boom, this just happens like so quickly. That literally the cow was up here, was eating, doing fine. It was one of the younger calves, number 217, which is almost it's the second to last calf that was born here on the farm this year. And yeah, it just got bloated, and when it laid down over there by the water, it just laid there and just fell asleep and died. It was insane. My friend that was helping me said, hey man, boy, that calf sure does look comfortable over there basking in the sun. I was like, yeah, sure does. And then we realized, hey, that calf's not breathing. What the heck's going on here? And that's what happened. So I don't know. We're gonna do a good check of the cows this morning. They haven't had access to the acorns for over 2 days now. But even though that calf didn't have access to acorns, it still died. Like it hadn't had access to acorns. It had been 2 days since it had access to acorns. So it's not every year acorn load is this heavy. It's really, really heavy. Yep, exactly. I'm hooking the fence back up right here, by the way. There we go. So anyone, I'm just telling you, I plan on getting cattle, so this is very important. Yes, Amy, absolutely. Anyone playing the blame game here, it just happens, and I don't know what the answer is. Want to turn the camera around? Well, it just happens, but I do know what the answer is. And the answer is next year, if we have a bumper crop of acorns like this, I'll run a poly fence around the tree and let the squirrels get it, and or be very wary of putting the cows in where all those acorns are. Woolly Bully was caught yesterday, ran through the working equipment. This is Butthead, and loaded up on the trailer. Woolly Bully is not here anymore. He is gone. So we're going to go check on the rest of the cows here. Typically, it's going to be a younger calf that gets affected by this. 207 needs to stop drinking milk. You have got to wean your calf. So let's get everybody up. 202, you going to get up? Oh, little fella. What about you, 18? You going to get up? It's breakfast time. It's breakfast time, kids. So we're going to be moving them into this pasture that is no longer connected to there, okay? Tried a little experiment. I came in here and I mowed all of this ahead of the cows to see how they would act. Mowed all the broom sedge down. They actually ate the broom sedge that I mowed. So they, all the grass that I mowed, the broom sedge that I mowed, whatever was sitting on top of the ground, they gobbled it up. So lesson learned there. Very cool. Morning. Lost my bull to pneumonia. Ooh, drought in Oklahoma caused tons of issues with parasite load. I'm sorry about that. So, let's get these girls riled up a little bit. Come on, girls. Everybody up. Let's go. Woo! Everybody up. When's the new Woolly Bully coming? Well, he won't be named Woolly Bully, but he'll be here in probably January, mid-January. Gotta wait till after the first of the year. 216. So 216 was the most recent calf born on the farm. And 217 was just before him. 44, you gonna get up, girl? Are you gonna get up? Huh? Yes, you are. Now it's got me a little bit, I guess, a little PTSD about calves that are laying down or cows that are laying down. Come on, girls. So we're gonna go all the way down here and move them up that way. Now, did I just get you up, you turd? Get your butt up. Come on, everybody. Come on, 13 and a half. Let's go. Come on. Woo! Come on. Woo! Come on. Okay, so we're putting them right in here. This is all, there's fescue down in there. There's good grasses down in here. The cows will pick their way through and gobble up all that stuff. But it's not the best quality forage. Cows will only be out here for about 4 hours on this section, and then they'll move to the next section. If they follow me. You guys coming? Woo! Come on. This is a little bit of an odd move for these cows because they're not used to coming all the way down here and getting moved. So, and I've got to turn the electric fence off or I'm going to get the ever-loving snot shocked out of me. We may have to move them up through the other way. I don't want to do that. I don't want them back in the acorns. Got a little bit of wariness of those acorns. Hey, guys. Morning. I do have to go turn the electric fence off. There's no handle down there. Poor planning on my part. I'd only worry if they were on their sides. Yep, and that's what happened. That's how that calf passed away. It just laid down on its side. All right, guys. Everybody hang tight. Daddy's not prepared this morning. Okay. We have rain in the forecast today. That'll be a good thing for sure. The cows would so prefer to be moved from right here. And you'll see them bunch up probably at this corner. All right, we're gonna run over here and open the fence. Let's just show you the acorns real quick. This is the culprit. This is what did its deed. Jennifer says got a bad storm. Not cool. Not cool at all. It's balmy out here. It's going to be almost 80 degrees today. So it's I guess they call it Indian summer, something like that. But here's the acorn situation. So imagine this multiplied by 20. Okay, the cows were up here just consuming these little guys right here, multiplied by 20. So if I had to guess, that calf probably had a 5-gallon bucket full of acorns in its tummy. The acorns, once they are brown and they've rotted a little bit, they're okay. They're not harmful. But when they're green, they're very harmful to cattle. And they just overconsumed is all it is. If you guys have ever been around horses, they will founder or overeat or get colic and have stomach problems, just like a baby kind of gets colic and has stomach problems. So that got in there in that calf's gut and messed with its ruminant where they digest, and her little ruminant tank could not handle that. So it's upsetting, but it is what it is. We'll do a whole video dedicated to that. Thank you, K9 Striker. Appreciate that, buddy. Off with the fence. Just a part of farm life. Good. I'm glad you guys are understanding of that, that it is just a part of farm life. It's just part of what goes on. I mean, that's it. I can't change it. I can't make it any different. I couldn't catch what would happen at all. Like I said, calf went from acting a little funny, kind of seemed a little bit bloated, but eating good, to within 20 minutes, not eating, laying down. It just laid down and passed away. It was just unbelievable. Will you block the acorn tree? They won't have access to the acorn tree anymore. Okay, we'll give it well, it'll be a couple of weeks before they have any access right there. And by that time, the squirrels and stuff will have come and consumed most of the acorns, and the acorns will have had time to dry a bit. It's green acorns that causes the problem, okay? They can eat older acorns, but they probably don't even care to do it. And I imagine it tastes a little bit like sugar pops to a cow. So what I know I need to do here in the future is make this a gate for the cows to get through here. I can see what I've got. I may just have to, I might just cut the wire right here and then retie it. It's pretty tight though. So let's just see. I don't want to train them to jump over the fence. So let's see if we can get them to walk down with us. You see how neatly the fence line is trimmed up right here? Got a video coming up. And I'd have to look at my records to see who the mom was, but I'm pretty sure it's number 38. So, Josh, I'm curious, can that calf be processed for meat? Any animal that dies of natural causes, you don't want to eat it. It's just not smart. Not at all. You don't know exactly what the heck happened. So, no, if you find an animal dead, don't eat it unless you just want to die. That's just, then we'll have two sick things, me and the cow. I suppose her milk was mostly gone. Louise. Yeah, some of these cows are still nursing, some of them aren't. But yeah, I mean, it's just like weaning a calf. So mom will be fine. Mom did show some remorse, and all the rest of the cows, when that calf passed away, all the rest of the cows just all came and hung out and kind of did a little funeral pretty much for her, which is very interesting. Come on, girls. Trying to get them to come on down here. We may have to get them to jump over the fence. I feel like that's going to happen. If I'm going to cut it, I'm going to cut it up there because I'm going to put a gate latch on. So let's just go ahead and take our little Milwaukee razor back, and we're going to open the fence up right here. They will not follow me down to the bottom there. It's just outside of their routine. There you go, little calf. Eat that broom sedge. Get it done, girl. Don't have to watch my back quite as much now, guys. Thank goodness. The Woolly Bully is gone. Woolly Bully really made me have to watch my back a lot. Okay. Fence is down. Hey, girls. We're going to retighten this. Pull this back snug. And wrap it around this post real quick. So if you've been around animals, farm animals, goats are the world's worst. Sheep are pretty bad too. They all seem to be trying to get in trouble all the time, which is not a very good thing. But it's just part of owning livestock. Getting this wire out of the way and get the girls through. Come on, girls. Woo! Come on, girls. Yeah. Woo! Smart to watch your back around the bull. You're absolutely right there, buddy. I say buddy, but Pamela. Well, happy Saturday, guys. I hate to be a bearer of bad news on the farm, but that's just what happened. Bruce was at the calf that, yeah, I was thinking the calf was bloated. I was just keeping an eye on it. It was eating fine, doing fine. Everything was great. And then all of a sudden, it just laid down and passed away. It was just that quick. Pretty wild. Come on, guys. Woo! Come on through. Uh-oh, we got a chaser. No more bulls. There are no bulls in the group right now. 13.5 is a little grumpy here. Come on. Come on. There you go. Last but not least, this is a little fella that had the hurt foot a few weeks ago. All right, got him out on new grass. Guys, you see how this fence line looks? Man, it really turned out awesome. I will come in here with a bat wing and I'll mow all of this as soon as the cows get off the pasture. I'm actually gonna go up here because we don't have any water source in this section of pasture. And typically I would just open this up so that they could get back to the waterer, which is right over there. But I don't want them to be up underneath that oak tree. So we're gonna go up here and we're gonna open the pasture up probably in about 4 hours. So they won't have access to the water tank for about 4 hours. It's gonna be raining here and the cows will only drink about 4 or 5 gallons each this time of year. So it won't be too hot and they won't be thirsty. Just didn't anticipate this. It's just what it is. Deer like to lay down that tall grass. Patriot Ref, plenty of places for deer to lay down. I'm not running a deer sanctuary. I'm building a farm. So there are plenty of places for deer and wildlife, and I'm all about preserving wildlife on the farm. You see what we got? Where'd the cows go? Straight to the next oak tree. Isn't this ridiculous? This is a red oak. Let's see how many. It probably doesn't have as many. Look at this. This is absolutely ridiculous. It does not have as many acorns. Hey guys, little suicide machines, what you doing? Huh? Not as many acorns. So look at the ground here. Nothing at all like the other section of pasture. They'll be out over here for about 5 minutes. No way they could get a 5-gallon bucket of acorns in their mouth, and these are red oak acorns. They're just a little bit different, a little bit bigger. Throw that out of the way. Isn't this crazy? So we just moved the cows over here because it's safer for them. And here they are eating the very thing that took out the calf yesterday. What can I do about it? There's nothing I can do about it. They'll rub their way through here, and each one of them will probably pick up 20 or 30 acorns. They must be really sweet, sugary sweet. The only thing that I can, isn't this ridiculous? Guys, just tell me, what do you think? Deer like to lay down that tall grass. Yeah, that's all good, Patriot Ref. I'm just explaining to you. I'm cutting it so that we can get good, cool season grasses in place. But guys, look at this. Tell me what you think. What do I need to say to the cows to make them stop? This is completely ridiculous. There's not enough right here for it to harm the cows under this red oak. But just like before, this is exactly what they did. Plenty of grass to go eat. First thing they do, go straight for the acorns. I don't get it. They must be craving something from the acorns. So the acorns are high in fat and sugar and protein. I mean, they're just like they're a nut. You know, that's what keeps your squirrels going all winter long. So it's the honey, it's the sugar. That's why cows like corn, you know? That's all it is to it. Right, girls? So now you can see there definitely aren't as many acorns underneath this tree as there were under the other tree. But it is completely ridiculous, isn't it? Hey girl, this is Susie's mom, or Sweetie's mama. Sweetie Senior. Sweetie's mom will sometimes let me rub her on her shoulder. You want to let me rub you on your shoulder? Yeah, sometimes she'll let me rub her on her shoulder. Only thing we can really, the only thing we can really do is just hope that the big cows eat the acorns up here and a young calf doesn't get in here and over-consume acorns like you, right? Is it worth raking them up? Nature will take care of them. Yeah, nature will take care of them. And when the cows go and trample and poop and pee all over them, they won't eat them after that. But yeah, they're just sweet. Let's just grab an acorn and cut it open and show you guys. I'll grab a couple right here and see if I can get kicked by a cow. We'll just grab a few and we'll take them over and I'll show you guys what's inside. You probably, I mean, this might be a little elementary for you, but I'll show you what the cows are craving so much. Now they're out here and they're starting to graze a little bit, so kind of out of the water. That'll make you think about planting oak trees on your property, won't it? Hogs, if we had hogs, these would make the best flavored meat ever. All right. So we're on a creep feeder right here. We'll just cut right into an acorn and see. There's your acorn. This is what they are after. All right. Split that critter open. That's it. It's that nut right there. It's sweet, sugary, and delicious. I'm going to taste it. I'm actually going to see what it tastes like. You know, Native Americans, acorns were a staple of the Native American diet. So let's just see what it tastes like. Is it sweet? It's bitter. It's a little sweet. It's a little bit bitter. Not the best tasting thing in the world, that's for sure. Looks like a chestnut inside, absolutely. I don't know what to say. I just say total bummer. This is just a bummer. What's happened, this bumper crop of acorns this year, I'd imagine is probably taking out cows all over the country. I know around here, there's been a bumper crop of acorns. I was just in Indiana and there was a bumper crop of acorns. So guys, just understand, if you have cattle, if you have livestock and you're having this issue, you have a ton of acorns in your pasture, beware and try and fence your cows out of it. Lessons learned on my end. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, they're not that bad, I guess. Probably you could boil them and they would probably be a little bit better. It's kind of like eating a raw peanut right out of the ground. It has to mature a little bit first. So yes, Brian, one of the calves passed away. 217 passed away. Polywire around the oak tree, says Philip the Wise. Yeah, but we can't fence out every oak tree. This is also an oak tree. Let's go down there and take a look at it. We can't fence out. I mean, these are the trees that I left for shade for the animals. And we can't just fence around every oak tree. Let's see how many nuts are down here. Obviously, there's got to be less down here under this tree than are up here under this one, because they're up here gobbling it down, and the cows know. They can smell it, just like they can smell water. So, underneath this oak tree, I see not one acorn. I see remnants of acorns from last year, and this tree has a smaller. There's one. This tree has a smaller acorn. So they won't eat that. They're a smaller acorn than what we just had up there, as you can tell. Crazy, huh? Who would have known? Who would have known? So not only is losing that cow was going to be a brood cow for next year's calves, for the calves in 2024. And that sets us back. That sets us back. You know, the value of that cow was probably, yeah, to me, it would eventually be about $1,200. She was going to be a good mom. But animals that make poor decisions like that typically would be a cull animal at some point on the farm anyway. So, hate to say that. Yes, boil them, it takes the acid out. There you go. Looks like the deer have cleaned up some of that side. I just think that tree had less acorns. And you can see the cows have just about mopped up every acorn here within 10 minutes. I think if they eat acorns and they eat a little bit of grass along with it, it's not going to bother them as much as if they just consumed acorns. And that was the problem with that young calf. It was only about the size of this calf, and it just kept eating acorn after acorn after acorn. This is what we want. Peeing and pooping right here on top of where the acorns are will stop them from eating. They won't eat right next to their poop. Right, guys? So let's get some pee and poop in here. So you stop eating acorns, and you are the most dangerous. You could get hurt really bad. So don't eat anymore. We don't want to lose another cow. Please. There we go. I hunt around oak trees early season. It has paid off. It does. That's where the deer go. There we go. So they've just about gobbled up all the acorns, and that's why they all have left the tree and go into the grass. Felix says it probably got impacted. It was bloat. That calf bloated up like he just swelled up. He just swelled. There's no other word for it. He just bloated up, swelled up, and that was it. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is aside from just be wary. You guys understand if you're putting your cows in a pasture that has an oak tree and you have a bumper crop of acorns, these young calves cannot take it. They just simply cannot take it. It's a shame. Yep. Beautiful day on the farm. You can see the Blue Ridge Mountains back in here. That's Floyd, Virginia. Beautiful day. Just kind of a sad day. Block off the oak trees. Can't block them off. I mean, you just can't. You can't block every tree off. So I don't know. I just don't know. What an enema had saved his life. You try to catch a calf and give it an enema. Yeah, I don't think an enema would have saved his. I don't know what would have saved his life because he just passed away so quick. He was walking around eating, and literally 20-25 minutes later, she was gone. So that was it. She had passed away. If you're just now joining us, if he was down, dude, I'm telling you, we can't. We can make up every scenario on earth that we want to about how to save a calf, but when you look out in the pasture and everybody's laying down and that calf is laying down, it's just normal. It was just normal. And then all of a sudden, I mean, it just laid down and passed away. That was it. Do you know how to lasso? Yeah, but we were actually in the pasture with the handling equipment. So I could have brought all the cows right through the handling equipment, but I couldn't do it. I didn't see it coming. I just didn't see it coming. It happened so fast. So fast. I mean, that little calf was just doing exactly what this calf is doing. Just eating and doing great and not a problem in the world. And then, boom, then this happened. So, yep. Well, not every day is a happy, smiling day on the farm. It is life and death. It is reality. And that's why I'm here. That's what I'm here to do, is show you guys the reality of farming. It was sad that she passed away. We took the calf to the other side of the farm. My stepdad came up here. He's been farming and ranching for, since I was 12, 10, I don't know, a very, very long time. And he was puzzled too. And he got worried about his cows. He's like, man, I didn't even know that acorns could do that. So we all learn, we live, we learn, and they will not have access to that tree for at least another 2 weeks while we let the squirrels and stuff take the acorns away. And the acorns will age and it'll be okay for them to eat them. But yep, farmer I work for had us run the cows, or he would use a needle to blow the cows out. There you go. We've also had a bumper crop of acorns. Yep, I think we all have with the acorns this year. So, well, anyway, guys, the rest of the cows are doing great. No signs or symptoms of bloat or any problems whatsoever. Just that one calf, it just would not leave the tree up there. And even when I moved the rest of the cows over here, it was still, didn't even follow the rest of the cows. Its drive to its herd instinct was overridden by the sugar from those acorns. I don't know. That tells you right there. Sugar is a powerful thing. Absolutely. So. Dorothy says, my dad told me how they would stick a knife in the cow's side to release bloat. How on earth, Dorothy, could you stick a knife in the side of a cow and release bloat and have that cow survive? That's sticking a knife in its stomach. It is. And please stop saying you can't do portable fencing around the tree. Dorothy, had I known that this was going to be an issue, I most certainly would have. Okay? Good gracious. No blame game, Dorothy. Okay? We can't play blame game. There's no use in that. You've got to be better than that. Okay? This is farming. This is real life. It's reality. So just be kind. Okay? That's what happens. It's a sad situation. It's not cool. It's not good. But how are you going to anticipate a problem that you don't know exists? You know what I mean? It'd be like, oh, well, you shouldn't have been driving your car when that deer jumped out in front of you. That would have solved it. No, you can't do that. So, I don't know. Do you have mineral blocks out? Every paddock has a mineral block in it. Absolutely. They do the tube knife thing with sheep. So the bloat is in the cow's belly. You can't open up an animal and relieve the bloat. I've got a little bit more research to do on it. They say giving Dr. Pepper to goats. So goats are very prone to getting bloat. You give Dr. Pepper through a tube down a goat's throat. But again, you can get a hold of a goat. You can't get a hold of a calf like that. You just can't grab a calf that weighs 600 pounds or 500 pounds or 400 pounds and shove a tube down its throat. It ain't gonna work, man. So that's it. Interesting. I'll do a little more research on that whole stab thing. It doesn't seem like a very, very good way to relieve a bloat issue. But again, guys, this happened that quick. That's how quick it happened. So, Josh, are there any deer on the farm? Yeah, David. It's 150 acres in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Of course, we have deer, squirrels, foxes, rabbits, raccoons, all sorts of fun stuff. So. It's a calf that was sick yesterday. It was a calf that was walking around with its head down, acting a little funny yesterday. And literally happened just like that. So, I don't know, guys. It's just lessons learned. It's life and death on the farm. You can't play the blame game. You just have to be like, you know, wow. It's just unbelievable that it happened. Calf was over there drinking water, eating, doing just fine, laid down, passed away. Just like that. So, I don't know. Guys, again, I'd ask you, please refrain from the blame game. It just doesn't, it's not productive. We just do our very best here on the farm. I don't know how many of you guys had any idea. I had no idea that a calf could eat too many acorns and cause it to bloat and pass away. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I think the answer is don't let them near that tree. And they've been in the forest grazing and doing just fine. So that's why it's so shocking, because they've been out in the woods like this around plenty of oak trees, around plenty of acorns, and it hasn't caused any other issue whatsoever. take your tractor and fill the bucket with their poop and put it under the tree. That's a good idea. That might work. Or take the landscape rake on the tractor and just rake out all the acorns that are around that tree. And that could work too. But it is part of farming. It's life, it's death. These animals aren't going to live forever. It's a very sad thing. And hopefully, instead of taking this as a negative experience, we can all take this as a positive learning experience and move on from there. So guys, thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. Will you get another bull or do AI, artificial insemination? We'll get a new bull. There'll be a new bull coming, Susie. So vets do punch a hole in the side of a cow and put in a plastic tube to release the gas. I get that. I get that. But I don't get is taking a knife and sticking a cow in the side. No way. And if we could have saved this calf, you know, we would have saved this calf. But there was just, it laid down and that was it. It looked like it was just basking in the sun. So, well, guys, we got them moved. They're on this new section of pasture. We got rain on the way, so we're going to see you soon. I've got a lot of chores to get done before the rain hits a little bit later today, and we'll have rain for probably 2 days straight here, I think. So, thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you next time on the Stony Ridge Farm. Actually, we'll probably see you tomorrow when we move the cows up into the upper pasture right here. See you next time, guys. Thank you so much for watching and for all your support.